We're here, and you're gonna notice that we have friends. But first things first. 1, 2, 3, all in.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to, as Cheryl just reminded us, 10 years of the House of Shine.
That's crazy.
Crazy, I tell you, right?
Is it 10?
We're on 11, I
We're
think.
in our 11, right?
Yeah.
We passed 10 in our 11.
Yes.
So, okay, you might be wondering, who are these lovely women who are with us today? And so if you're new to the House of Shine, or relatively new, you don't know that this is the original cast of characters, right? The originals. So we have some cast of characters, I tell you. This is so much fun. So we brought everybody back together because, one, we've just been saying we need to get back together. It has been so long since we've all four been in the same place at the same time, sharing and just catching up and doing memories. So I know,
and that was not easy to get us back together.
It wasn't.
No. Which is sad because we all live
Within a
right.
10-mile radius of each other.
We're really close, and so it's not even. It is actually almost criminal. Yeah.
But it
so
happened.
it did happen, and we're excited about it. So you might think that we have some big shindig and show ready for you apropos of this 10-year into 11-year celebration, but we really don't.
She said no script.
Yes,
I know.
they're in the Katie boat. They have no idea what's happening. She's in charge.
Way back when, so also Cheryl reminded us, way back when we used to do what we called free-for-all Fridays, but actually when we videotaped, those were Thursday nights, right?
But we posted them on Fridays.
We posted them on Friday nights. Okay, so we would meet every Thursday night. Wasn't that fun?
Around the table.
Yeah.
The Altoid
The
table.
Altoid table.
The Altoid in the living room. Oh my gosh, there's so many memories. So, all right, so we would meet on Thursday nights, and at that time, actually, Cheryl, I don't know if you remember this, you were still single,
Yes.
and you were dating, and so there would be this whole stretch of time when Cheryl would come cruising in at the last minute, like maybe from a happy hour or from a date or something. Do you remember that?
Or be leaving.
Or be leaving. Do you remember? I remember that. Anyway, we had so many fun memories there. We videotaped in different places. We took our show on the road once, and
We went to the boot place.
yeah, we went to the boot place one time, and we went to an ice cream store. I feel like we did one time.
Sure.
That's
Yeah,
Robin's,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did
right
Baskin
over there.
Robbins.
I mean, a bunch of different places. But today we're in Chronicles, so we're just at Sonic.
This is the 2018 version.
That's
of
right.
Free-for-all Friday.
So it's very fun. Okay, so first things first, I do have to say, Heather, we have your lips. You remember? So months ago, we had, it was
The
over
red,
the
white,
summer.
and blue challenge.
The red, white, and blue challenge, and you were the winner.
I was.
And so I gotta be honest, I don't even remember what's in it anymore. So
Tell me about the red, white, and blue.
it was a
challenge. What
little like our triathlon and decathlon. Do you remember that we used to do way back in the day?
The cake in the box.
Cake in the
Yes.
box?
Oh my gosh. So
I'm tagging you in this post.
okay, because we did a few years ago, or many years ago now, we did a decathlon where you actually had to do 10 different events, all flexing your creative muscles. One of them was, I guess you had to bake something for a championship bake-off, and you had to build chocolate chips into it. And so Julie baked a cake and then took the cake. She lived in Pennsylvania at the time.
I think so.
Took the cake, I think it was Pennsylvania, took the cake to the post office, put it in a box,
I
as
think they
is.
helped her too, right?
As
The post
is,
office
just like
helped her.
slipped it in a box and shipped the cake to my house in Texas. And when I got it, I opened it up and it was
Not
literally
quite
a freaking cake in a FedEx box, like in a shipping box. It was crazy. No fuss, no muss, no wrap, no nothing, no ice, of course. I mean, just a
But
cake in a
it's
box.
like incredible
Smell the
that
cake.
the post office. And remember, we went to Taste of USA, and she told the story at the table about her going, and we shared
Yes.
like how I
Oh,
got
yes.
there, and we were just laughing and laughing, and oh my
So
God, my
good.
cheeks hurt after. It was so funny.
Nobody's ever. That was really. She topped that. That's
No
like
one's
a
ever gonna
once in
top
a
that.
lifetime story. Who does that? I mean, have you
Julie.
ever tried to just ship a cake in a box? Like, just throw it in there.
It's
Anyway.
now my favorite thing to say to people. Did you know you can ship a cake? Like, just the cake?
Yeah. So anyway, we
That's
just
so
did
funny.
we did one over
Okay.
the 4th of July weekend. I was back for 3 days, and so we wanted to videotape every day. So we did 3 days, but instead we did red, white, and blue.
Okay.
And so you had to. There was a challenge, I suppose, associated with each. And I don't remember anything about them, but the winner won these red hot
All
lips.
right. Well, what's in it?
Hot lips.
Let's see.
Because Claudia doesn't even remember.
I know, I really don't. I'm sure it's good.
A
Gift
Starbucks
card.
gift card.
Okay,
Ooh.
don't ask how much is on it, because I promise you I don't know.
Critical. But let me tell you, so I have to tell a story. So, first week of school, and opening
Yes.
in student affairs.
Mhm.
And it's August in
Yeah.
Texas. I mean, everything combined.
All the things.
So I drive through Monday morning and reload my Starbucks card because I didn't have enough to cover my $9.20 because I get the wrap and a caramel macchiato every morning.
Yes.
And the person in front of me pays. Like, awesome, amazing. Pay it forward. So cool, right? Tuesday, I go to Starbucks and I drive to the window and they hand me 2 wraps and say, we accidentally made 2. Do you have somebody you could share one with? So totally shared it, right? Got to work, handed it off.
Oh my gosh.
Friday, I drive through and the person in front of me pays again. And nobody behind me that I could like pay for.
What?
I was like, it was my week. They
Oh
knew.
my
That's
gosh, that
awesome.
is so good.
They
That
knew
is
that
awesome.
I needed some life.
Oh,
Ooh.
Beautiful compact mirror. Is
Yes,
this from
thank
your
you.
Travel?
that was from India. Yeah, that's from India.
It's pretty.
Beautiful.
Sparkly.
Oh, look, it makes
Ooh.
stars on the side. What?
it.
That is
good.
even
It
like
did.
that.
It showed
You
up.
can't see.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
They can see.
stars.
They can see.
Oh my God, that's so
That's awesome.
pretty.
It's shining in
I
here,
love
people.
that. Okay, that's
You
awesome.
No,
are
it's
so
the amount of
easily
stuff.
entertained. Oh my God.
A Barnes and Noble gift.
Oh, because
Whoa.
remember we said red.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah,
the red.
The red.
Yeah,
that was Heather's
because
idea.
that was your
That's what
idea.
you had read.
Oh
And
yeah.
you can't see, like, this is almost
Yeah.
the color of.
Oh,
Maybe.
it is. So.
Okay,
I
very
know.
nice.
And then
And then
Oh, and
I
then
the scarf.
The scarf because it was 4th of July.
Yes.
Well, you'll have one for next year.
Yes.
Perfect.
Or
Where-
for, well, no, not Labor Day.
Labor Day.
Memorial
Yeah,
Day.
that's
Veterans
inaugurations.
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day
Day.
inauguration.
It's more like
Shadow
scarf
bands.
weather.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, yeah,
Voting.
yeah. Wrong topic. Okay.
Where
Um,
to vote.
Had to slip that in there.
I know exactly. All right, so fun on that. So that was fun.
Congratulations,
I'm so
Heather.
excited.
Well, I just feel great that we actually made good on it because it's
Right.
been sitting on the on my shelf in my office since July, and I haven't done anything with it. Okay, so the only other thing I brought with me, just in case I didn't know if we were going to know what to talk about because we haven't seen each other, so I always just bag of surprise of things. So I thought I'd pull out an item or two and see what it made you think of, okay? All right, so this is going to be our fun way of sharing with you just a little bit about who we are, where we came from, the history, right?
This
Feel
cast of characters.
Feel free to just say, I don't want to talk about that. I want to share this fun memory. That would be okay too, because really, I was just literally did it in like a
I
second.
don't want to talk about that.
I don't want it to. You might
Cheryl.
not want to. Okay, so this. Does anybody know what is this?
Oh,
The
cookies.
cookie cutter
Fancy
challenge.
flowers, cookie cutter.
Yes, the fancy. Well, somebody tell about it.
Fancy flowers. Yeah.
Somebody tell about it.
Cheryl, go for it.
I'm not sure I remember the full details, but we did it weekly, right? We had a cookie challenge every week.
It might have been monthly.
Monthly.
I think it was
Monthly?
monthly. Yes.
And you would select 2 for people to choose from,
Yeah.
and then we would vote,
Yeah.
and then the winner, Fancy Flowers, would send Hi Lo Ha or House of Shine,
The cookie.
the
cutter.
cookie cutter, and then Claudia had to do something with it.
Yes.
I don't remember what you had to do.
But then we had to. So Claudia decorated it, and sometimes we got together and decorated it, like the airplanes that wouldn't
Yes.
stick
Oh,
together,
the airplanes.
and the armadillos.
Oh, those were. They came out terribly.
Which
but-
one did you like?
Okay, this one, and so what it was
Dragon.
it was the coming together of 2 things. So we used to love this site, brownylocks.com, which always has different holidays on it. And so we would take a holiday that was being celebrated in that month and a cookie cutter, and I had to figure out how to
Yes,
bring the
that's what
2
it was.
together.
How to
And
celebrate
yeah,
it.
a creative way to bring it together. And so this one, it was something about work appreciation, and we said, is your work day drag on? Does your work day drag on? Because this is a dragon, you can't see it, but we would do this every single month, and we would always have really funny ones.
Yeah.
Who remembers the one that we all get the most chuckle out of?
The mermaid one.
Yes,
Well, of course.
the mermaid
Because
one.
you popped out of a box
Because-
in a costume.
Because I popped out of a box in a costume, dressed like a mermaid. It was quite the thing.
Yes.
And it was to celebrate Richard's birthday because I decided he already had everything he needed. And so I was just going to give him me, dressed as a mermaid, with some mermaid cookies.
Lucky guy.
I know.
Thank you, Heather.
It's true. TMI, right? TMI. Okay, so then, and I had another one of those. I can't remember. I just packed another one. Oh, this was the fish
fish.
one.
Oh, the
These
fish.
actually came out really well.
That was for Father's Day, right?
Yes,
so.
that was Father's Day, and they came out really well. Bass fish.
But
I
the
mean,
kids for Father's Day. I feel like we had our kids with us. Nan.
Yes.
We had Nan's kids and my girls,
It was.
and they all helped decorate fish.
It was awesome. This one was a really good one, I remember. Anyway, enough of that. Okay, this will bring back some really good memories.
Oh, Ray.
Ray Watson. Okay, somebody
Was that from the
tell.
award show?
Yes, somebody tell the group about Ray Watson. I know this is running long and just too bad because we're having so much fun catching up. This is really fun. Somebody tell about Ray Watson.
It was the 1-year anniversary, and we had a celebration, red carpet,
Oh yeah.
and we gave out Ray, instead of the Oscars, we had the Ray Watsons.
That's right. But why? Because who is Ray?
Well, he was
He's not.
our shine.
He's our
You
dude.
got it because you shined at something.
That's right.
I can't remember the details.
So we needed a mascot, and so Cheryl had drew this amazing.
Well, it started
character.
with Peggy.
Yep. Peggy
Oh,
Sue drew the
okay.
It
first.
started with Peggy. She drew the first light bulb.
But we had to vote. It was the tug of war of names.
Yes,
Until
we named
came
him.
to
Ray Watson. What was his competition? Do you
Oh, it
remember?
was like what was his competition? There was nothing filament. And remember Ray? Eventually, we gave him a cousin.
I was saying, what was his cousin's name?
Flo, and she was like a fluorescent light bulb. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. Anyway, so you can see he wears cowboy boots, and he was super snarky,
Yep.
and
Yes.
he would show up like a lot,
Right.
different holidays, different occasions,
on the blog.
on the blog, just
Not
kind
in
of
our
kicking.
voice.
No.
Not in our voice, no, because we
has his
we
own
were the happy
personality.
shiny voice,
Right.
and he's snarky,
He's kinda snarky.
and yeah, he's kind of snarky. And oh, Cheryl, I have to remember. Do you remember the one? It was around Christmas time, and
Yes. Yes, he was coming out. The picture of Ray was coming out of he was stuck like Santa Claus in the chimney. Well, the night before, I was at Claudia's house with Richard and Claudia, and we were sitting there talking. I don't know if you.
I think you had already left. I think you'd already left.
And we were sitting around talking, and you could hear this noise kind of
Oh, horrible.
in the ceiling, and then out drops a roach.
A roach, and we were dying. I mean, oh, it was terrible.
So then Ray wrote about being stuck in the chimney, and there was a roach.
With the roach.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh my
it
God.
was
The
so
whole
funny.
thing. It was so funny. And wait, we would hide something in your pictures. So Cheryl's our
We did the
artist.
HLA.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we would hide it in every picture, so you kind of had to spot it. And he always had really funny names.
Yes.
Like at Valentine's Day, he was a Moray, and
Hemingway is still my favorite.
Hemingway, because he was at a desk writing, and he was a cowboy, Yippee-Ki Ray, and man, we had, how many do you think we
Ray.
had? Do you think we
I
have
don't
like
know.
50 of them?
Oh, at least.
And I have always wanted, and still do, someday we're going to make it big, and we are going to open a gallery of all the Rays.
That'd be awesome.
It would
So
be
good.
awesome, wouldn't it? We need a gallery.
So good.
Anyway, so yes, that's super fun. And we gave them out. We cut these, Richard made them
cut
out of
them
wood,
Yeah.
and then Cheryl painted them all, and we gave them away as awards.
And I flew in for that.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, my
That's
flight
right.
was
Oh, that's
delayed, so
right.
I missed it.
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
I
remember?
missed that.
I was trying to fly from
Well, we
Harrisonburg.
all wore formal dresses.
We
Yes.
did. We staged it in my
Oh,
living room.
yeah.
We would just stop at nothing. I mean, nothing.
It's true.
I'm telling you. I don't even think I have anything else fun in here. I really don't. I have this. This isn't that fun. I mean, it's kind of fun. Do you remember what I would do? Uh-huh.
Wacky Wednesday.
Whack on the side of the head Wednesday, where we would take an idea, and this was way back in the day, and we would whack it, and we would get creative. I don't think we want to do this. This one says challenge the rules. What rules can you challenge? Anybody have one?
No,
No?
I don't like when people challenge.
You don't like it because you
Follow
wouldn't.
the rules. The rules apply to you.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
The rules apply.
The
to
only
everyone.
rule that we could break is kind of this seemingly rule that we only see each other once every blue moon. That's a rule we could break. Okay, but normally when we do get together, we get together under a certain circumstance each year in the summertime, sometimes in August, which isn't always brilliant. And we get together. What have we gotten together to do in the summer? Who can answer that question? Oh, come on.
Serendipity.
Yes! Serendipity. This is our
I'm
annual.
like, wait, what do we do in the summer?
Yes, what do we do in the summer? So that's our annual trip where we start early in the morning and we go until we start at Starbucks because it starts with the letter S, just like Shine, and we go on an adventure, or just because we need the fuel to get going. It just so happens.
You could start at Sonic.
We could start at Sonic. Maybe.
Heather says no.
Yeah, no, it's not the same. Does anybody have, well, they don't really know the story of Serendipity, but we've had some crazy adventures. I have to say,
anyone?
the graveyard is a memorable one.
On the phone with Heather?
Yes, Heather telling us where to go.
Yes.
Katie with chiggers, or whatever
all
those
got
things are
chiggers,
called,
yeah.
for months. Oh, that was crazy. Anyway.
Well, but then it started to develop its own themes. Like, oh, there's a firehouse. We got to stop at the firehouse. Oh, we got to get some Oreos. Yeah. So it started to develop some of its own themes as well.
Absolutely. In fact, we have a friend who is doing a Serendipity, and now whenever anybody wants to do one, and they're asking me, like, tell me the rules, how do I do it, blah, 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 I still always say, well, the only rule, there are a handful. You have to stop at exactly 2:18.
And if you get nervous and try to find and predetermine your destiny,
right, no.
you have to drive.
There are 59 seconds in
Until
that 2:18.
That's right. Yes, and you can stop at any point in the 59 seconds, so you don't even have to be like on the nose. But the other rule that I tell people, other than that, is you have to find a firehouse and deliver Oreo cookies, because that just became a ritual of ours. Mostly because we have a little affinity for firemen, is how it started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're all taken.
I'm over that.
We could still find.
Okay,
a
Katie, for you,
Yeah.
firemen are our
Firemen
friends.
with
They're
Oreos.
so big and tall and strong.
I know.
Where's the fire department and by your new house?
Oh,
I need to figure that out.
You do need to figure
Maybe
that
take
out.
them
That's
some
right.
Oreos to say, I'm in the neighborhood.
That's right. Okay, she can. Exactly. I love that. I love that.
Yes.
So yeah, Serendipity. We have had some awesome memories,
adventures,
right?
yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
and what I love about it is that it really was. Well, it was just a blog when we first met, right? Well, okay. So Katie and Heather and I all kind of knew each other from Kentucky, and Cheryl and I met at a bunco party within months of my being here. And we've just all kind of been hanging out and in each other's lives ever since. So it's been pretty remarkable. Super fun.
And now we all live here.
And now we all live here. I know. It is great. And 10 years later, 11 year, right? We're just still plugging away
And
at the
Peggy
House of
Sue
Shine.
lives here.
Yeah.
The whole gang.
I know. And Peggy Sue came in. I know. It's
Who's
crazy.
next?
I know.
Yeah. Who is next? Who is going in
moving in
next? All right. So anybody, well, how can we wrap this up? And it has to be kind of something meaningful. What can we do?
We have to give them something to free for all.
Oh.
Okay. Good.
I like it.
This is what's good about Heather. She's just
Yes.
like on her
Woman
feet
of
like
action.
that.
I
Right.
like it.
All right. They have to free for all something. What can they free for all? Let's think about this. Let me think what I can throw out. Can I throw out a? Oh, I know. I happen to have a handy dandy little set of. Can we use a verb and have them free for all something based on a verb? Okay, or not?
Yes.
I don't know.
Go for it.
All right. Oh, I just broke it. Sorry. Okay. It's all right.
You can read.
Everybody drew one. Everybody draw one, and we'll just take the best of the ideas, or maybe it'll prompt an idea. Oh, unless you have an empty one like I just did. I don't know. What is that? A wild card?
Two.
You have yours is empty?
No, I pulled two.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Are they all empty?
Oh, that's
Nope.
interesting. All right, so this Do 52 is a whole thing at the House of Shine. Do you remember when we went to the coffee shop up in McKinney and we spun the wheel in order to do it every year? 52 different verbs that kind of we infuse into our lives and they help us shine. That's for more about that. I don't know. I can't explain it that quickly, but it's a very cool tool that we use to stay in alignment and to shine. So mine says work. What is yours?
Where and schedule.
Mine says clench.
Ooh.
Hire.
Ooh. Well, you're trying.
I'm trying.
You're trying. So I have hire and work, and you have wear and schedule, and you have clench. Hang on to, tightly
Clench
grip.
a job.
Yes.
Serious.
Okay. What? Okay.
So I think that's what you guys have to free for all is using these words.
Okay.
You have to, I don't know.
Tell us something.
What's going on in
Tell
your
us.
life?
All right. So use one of these verbs to tell us something that is going on in your life. If you're still with us, chances are you might have tuned out because you're like, how long can these women go on?
Whoa.
20
Yes.
minutes.
20
Okay.
minutes is the answer.
This is like back in the day when we would do Free For All Friday, remember?
Yeah.
We never go this long anymore. Okay, these are your verbs, okay? use these verbs and tell us something.
Yep.
Okay?
We don't
Something
care
you're
what.
going to
Just
do,
something.
Just
a
something.
whimsy story. We really don't care.
Yep.
All right. So I think we have to do
I think
it.
that's it.
We
Are
have
we
to.
ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Shining off.